Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven JavaScript video. I'm recording this on September 10th, 2012, and it's been a couple of weeks since my last recording. When we left off, we had just gotten the software doing a smoke test of the server. So what we've got it doing here is we actually, let's see if I can find it, here it is. We are actually running the server as a child process, so as if we had actually run the server from the command line, and then we are trying to get a page from the server and then checking to see if that worked. And that's a bit tricky because we have to wait for the server to start. So what we do is we run the process, we run node, we wait for it to say that the server has started, and then once it has, then we come back here and we actually try to do the get to get the file. Now that isn't working quite yet. The reason it's not working is because we don't actually have the server itself doesn't work. So if I run the server from the command line with node source server wwiki-paint and then try to actually access that file, so that would be localhost 8080, then it complains that there is no homepage.html, which is exactly the behavior we want at this point. So what we need to do now is actually get that homepage in place. So let's go ahead and do that. So right now we've got wwiki-paint looking for homepage.html in the local directory, I think. So let's see what happens if we just create an empty file, named homepage.html in the local directory. So here it is, empty file. Now if we run our test, it's complaining that it's still in use. So the problem is that I'm not shutting the server down properly in my test when it fails. So it's still complaining. Still saying address in use. Okay, so this time the smoke test passed because we have that file. So that's good in a sense. We still need to put the put homepage.html in a good directory. But before we do that, what we really need to resolve this issue of every time we run the test, we have to manually kill that process. So that's what we need to do now, is we need to actually have this clean up after itself. So I think the best way to do that would be to just do a teardown. So since it's been a couple of weeks since I last coded, I just want to make sure that this is running when it's supposed to. And that's not ending because we didn't call done. So now we need to kill the process. So that yields all kinds of issues. One is we need to know what the process is. I'm just going to sort of hack this in to start with. So yeah, we can just kill it. Okay, so it looks like when we run kill, it sends a signal to the process, but then we are actually going to have to wait for that to die before we're really done. Let's see if I can code this properly. So we're going to say child.kill. But before we do that, we also want to say child.onExit, and then here we can say we're done. And let's go ahead and instrument this a bit, just because I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. There. Okay, so the idea is here, run the server here. When it actually gets the page, we'll call test.done. That will cause the teardown to be run. We'll hook into the child's exit event, then call kill, and that should force an exit. I don't know. It all seems very messy to me, but this is sort of, as I understand it, this is the nature of node programming. So, hey, look at that. Callback called, got file before kill, after kill, process exited, exit received. Wow, it all just works. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean this up. And I mean, it'd be nice if kill just had a callback that told us when the kill was done, but that's all right. So this is looking pretty good. So we've got the basic smoke test working. I'm going to go ahead and take out, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take out some of this stuff. We've already got, we're already listening for this exit, but no, I don't think we need that. I mean, it's going to be useful for debugging, I suppose, but I prefer to take out console writing stuff just for cleanliness. I may regret that later. There. It's working. Great. So what that means is that now we are getting the page. Now, I think what we need to do here is we need to check the 404 page, because that is here, and that could be wrong. The port we're checking, this we're checking, and the details of how the server works we don't need to check. We already have tests around that. So let's clean this up a bit. I'm actually thinking that maybe the run server is something that we want to do inside of setup. Let's see what happens if we do that. In fact, yeah. So rather than saying function, I could have done this way, but because done is a function, I could have done it this way. But because I've done is a function, these two are equivalent. So let's see. It's not working. Oh, well, we're running the server twice, so that's probably part of the issue. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so now we run the server, and this is testing. Let's test that can get homepage. All right, and I think we're going to want to confirm that that home page contains somewhere in it the data we're looking for. So that means we have to do a little regular expression, I think. So I think what we want to do, the easiest way to test for something in here is to just look for index of, and I think what we want to do is just confirm that we're getting what we're looking for. Let's look for WeWikiPaint homepage somewhere in here, and it should just be not equal to 1. If it's not equal to 1, so let's see, let's call that found homepage to make that more explicit. And then we'll say homepage should have contained WeWikiPaint marker. So we'll just put this into a comment or something in the homepage, and that way we know that this is actually working. Okay, that didn't work. Why not? Maybe index of doesn't work the way I think it does. Okay, I'm going to look into this back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. This was a dumb error. I'm sure you all saw it right away. It's -1, not +1. So there. Homepage should have contained WeWikiPaint marker. So now what we need to do is edit that homepage file. And this needs to be our actual WeWikiPaint homepage. And I'm going to just put in that, and then that will be the marker we're looking for. And that should now pass. And there it does. Okay, so now let's put this in the proper place. We really need it to go in some sort of content directory. I'm not exactly sure where I'd like that to go, but I definitely don't want it here. I think maybe it should go. I'm kind of tempted to make a content directory here in our server, and then move this to here. That's what I'm thinking. Now, of course, this will now fail our test because it can't find it. But if we were to change this to be source server content, then it should pass. So I'm not sure if I like that. For one thing, it has implications for when we do deployment, but I think that will work for now. So that's all the time we have for this episode. Next time we'll do the 404, and then I think we are done. So thanks very much for watching, everybody. I will catch you next time.